Previously, on the crew, salvation and power and honor belong to our God and to his Christ, and they shall rule forever, and he shall rule them with an iron rod. To Laden maybe an iron rod meant bullet. This is the crew. As the wounded are brought into Mbagathi Referral Hospital, Ng'endo receives them at casualties. He injects them. Take them to the theater. She says, they die on their way to the theater. DOA, dead on arrival. Time of death, 12 noon. David Egesa alone makes it to the theater. From the White House, President Donald Trump calls a number. On the other end, Alfred Keter, former senator for Kericho County, receives his personal cell. The weapons are on their way. Make sure to make it clean. Okay, thank you, sir. Apparently, the Porters was feeling like the Kenyan president wasn't up to speed. He was going underhand. Politics is a dirty game, someone once said. He only forgot to add, with clean players. The governor to the CBK, Mwangi wa Equity, gets to the bank's premises in a heavy escort. As he gets past the main entrance, in the hallway are the yellow lines. Caution. Crime scene. Do not cross. As he evades the line, what the hell happens here, ID? We were ambushed by robbers, sir, posing as network guys from JTL. Turns out they were robbers. Sir, I'ma ask you some few questions if you don't mind. Sorry, my name is Emmanuel from the department. Okay, Edwin, see to it that everything is up and running. I'll be in my office. They walk to the governor's office upstairs. 8 years ago, on that Saturday afternoon in Nyambura's house, they were dressing up. Behind the door, there is a dagger. Wangare is in the living room. Laden has his questions and his answers too. Nyambura went around. Ile time hayuko base. He concludes. He is not married. He had lied to her. He has been here a week now, since he came in. She's safe now, after terminating the pregnancy. A minute later, they walk into a local fast food joint at KK, Chuom. Back at the JW Marriott, Laden is at the door when Jasmine is opening up. In their hands, Woolworth shopping bags. They had gone out for shopping. They get in. Back at his home, Karo is in the kitchen when Ondari walks in. Where is your brother? I don't know. We separated after work. The cabbage is in her hands, in preparation for dinner. Ondari looks calm. He knows his brother, not so fond of making mistakes, and less deliberate. He has his share of the bitterness that only Laden maybe could explain, if there was ever a need to. You mean this is how it's always gonna be? Asks Karo, Ondari's wife. Laden's sister-in-law. Whatever it takes, answers Ondari. After emptying the glass of juice, puts the Del Monte packet back into the Samsung dual door fridge, closes it and leaves to the kitchen. Mwadhini anapoadhini, Laden takes the new Arafat from the bed, spreads it on the floor, then takes his wife's hand and leads her down for prayers. He was strict on prayers. Maybe that's why she trusted him. As they get up, he rounds her from behind her butt and holds her belly. There, baby, you heard him. He just kicked. Who told you it's a him? Because he kicks like a man, baby. We shall call him Cephas. And what does that mean? It's another name for Simon Peter. He knew Simon Peter, I shall build a church and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Remember? You remember that way? Jesus said so. As he says this, Jasmine is changing into the black tights. Then she puts on the jungle green linen dress shirt and puts on the Timberland female walker boot. Earthkeeper. Laden was in the Angelo Electrico pair of shorts. Men's tight, and on his feet, Timberland Ortholite. A Nike vest and the refill hood. She put on the Chicago Bulls crop jacket. He was taking her out. Outside Laden's home, a Fund 116495 is spying from inside the BMW vehicle parked across the gate as Ondari drives out of the compound. He gets off the vehicle, walks across the road and knocks on the gate. Behind the vehicle, a Subaru is parked. Inside is Tony Almeida and Michelle Desel. I think this is where he lives, says Michelle to Tony Almeida. You can't be sure about that. He seems like a man of many surprises. At Quiver's Lounge, Nyambura is seated on the balcony, long chair. In front of her, a bottle of Guinness. The cigarette is on her right. The bag of hat in front of her. She flashes back on how it happened. She was in the house 8 years ago. Nene came knocking. That morning, when she opened, Kohe amepigwa. Ati? Kohe ameshandwa. She couldn't speak. She moved a step back and sat on the L seat. Munene is Kohe's brother, her late husband. He was a robber killed on Thika Road 9 years ago, just before she met Laden. Down at JW Marriott, Tom drives the Audi and parks it. At that time, Laden and Jasmine are getting off the elevator. They walk to the Audi. Tom greets him. Tichipanga nade? Inquires Tom. Obo uoyo. Meeting Sunday, says Laden as he takes the keys, unlocks the door, gets the co-drivers for her, then gets behind the wheels as he says, Musno nditi koyo. Niseniko yo pod ngich kuoma, says Laden as he presses the 5,000 shillings note into his hand. Math chai gimano. As he counts the money, maoro manyakakongo. They laugh it off. As he engages the Audi onto the third gear and speeds away towards Naivas Westlands. At Quivers, 3 Kolawe matatu pulling, blacker, cash flow. Behind the wheels, Steve Omae Obinchu, his wife beside him. Then 486B pulls in behind the wheels, Kim, and on the co-drivers, the wife. The boot is filled with Laden's crew. Steven is on the sliding, Mean Baby, then Albino News. Mimi niliwaambia watawale mchana, usiku waniwachie, says Albino News, as the Toyota Shark is parking in the parking lot. To God be glory.